Good morning. Have you ever been in a relationship because you moved too fast, had sex, and then felt obligated to be with that person? Did you just stay because you liked the sex, but other than that, it was toxic? Did you completely love the person, but they didn't love you back the right way? I'm guilty of this. It's important to remember even people can be addictions to us, and we have to stop letting our flesh rule. We need to learn to tell our flesh no and our God yes. Sometimes we will fail at that, but when we fail, just get back up and get stronger, and you will. So are you in one of those relationships now? Are you one that moved too fast and now feels obligated? Do you realize that the devil can keep us in bondage that way as well? Do you realize that God can't send you the right one if you're with the wrong one? Have you ever thought of cutting the person off and seeing if you still wanted to be with them? I would go to bed early and cry myself to sleep many nights to get over a guy. I'm not going to lie, it took years to finally not be addicted to him, but I did it. I did it because I quit letting my flesh win, and when I was struggling, I would run to the Bible to remember that I'm worthy of more than that. So at a conference I attended this weekend called City Quake, and it was absolutely amazing. But I was convicted on something that I've been fighting for with a year and a half. I worked on myself for almost 5 years, which was very much needed, and all the while praying for the right person. I told the Lord I knew I didn't know how to pick men, so I was leaving that up to Him. Anyways, I hadn't dated or really even thought about it too much because I was too busy working on that personal relationship with Jesus that I totally needed to do. So I had a girlfriend work with me on a red flannel day, and I told her I'd be her DD for the night for working for me. I wasn't thinking of meeting a guy that night because if you know what red flannel is, mostly get drunk, and I knew I didn't want someone like that. But nonetheless, I met a guy that night. I fought with myself at first because I told him I didn't want to dance, but I ended up dancing with him. And a couple of days after that, he showed up at my store and asked to take me out, so we started hanging out here and there. I really messed up because I hadn't had sex in almost 5 years, so I jumped way, way too fast because my thought process was, this is for sure from God, because he was going to church with me at first and even Bible study. So he had to be the one I'd been praying for years. So I let my flesh win and take over from there. And I really beat myself for going down that road after waiting so long, but I have to remember Romans 3:23. For all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. But the problem is, I've been letting this happen for way too long. And at the conference this week, Dan Moeller hit me hard because I've been failing in that area. I fought addictions, a relationship, forgiveness, and all kinds of other things by learning to tell my flesh no and my God yes. But when I met him, I totally started letting my flesh win again in that area, and the devil would slip through the cracks if you let him. So I know what I have to do. I was praying for a godly man that is running after Jesus, and this one isn't doing that. The one I fell for isn't running after Jesus like I am, and I want the one God's going to bless me with, and I don't want to settle for anyone less. We have to be careful not to get sucked in the desires of our flesh. Colossians 3:5 says, put to death, therefore, whatever belongs to your earthly nature, sexual immorality, impurity, lust, evil desires, and greed, which is idolatry. So let's remember, we will be swayed away when we let our flesh win in any area. So make sure you are telling your flesh no and your God yes, so God can lead you in all the ways. Make sure when the Holy Spirit is weighing on you, you listen, because we know Jeremiah 29:11 says, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope in a future. So let's remember to stop failing in any area in our life and letting our flesh win, because God has the perfect plan for our future. And when we let go and let God, He will make it perfect. Straight from God, through Dawn Marie. Love you all and have a blessed Monday.